Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rahma Aulia Nurlena with students number 2022-0030. So firstly, I would like to say a massive thank you for Mr. Rena as my lecturer for speaking in professional context class for giving me the opportunity to present about the research proposal entitled Improving Pronunciation Skills by Using Your Dictionary for Vocational High School Students. So in this research, I will present about 11 points. First is background of the research, and then second is research questions, and third is objectives of the research, and fourth is significances of the research, and fifth is original definition of terms, sixth is literature review, and seven is research methods and design, eight is subject of the research, nine is instrument of the research, 10 is research procedure, and the last is data analysis. First, background of the research. So, the reason why the researcher did this research is because a lot of Indonesian students is the lack of the right pronunciation in English, which caused a lot of students are not so fluent in English. Many students do not take English pronunciation seriously. Even some only consider that pronunciation that is only the origin is also allowed. In language, we have to understand each other what is being said. So, pronunciation must be trained and learning must also be considered because it is very important its role in language. This research is focuses on developing pronunciation skills in students. This research is expected to make students fluent in saying words in English by using electronic dictionary, U-Dictionary. Second is research questions. Based on the background of the problems in this study are formulated as follows. First, how is the effectiveness of using U-Dictionary for improving students' pronunciation skill? And then the second one is what are the students' response of using U-Dictionary for improving students' pronunciation skills? And third, what are the obstacles of students using U-Dictionary for improving students' pronunciation skill? Third is objectives of the research. Based on the formulation of the problem, the study aims to find out and study about first, to know the effectiveness of using U-Dictionary for improving students' pronunciation skills, and then the second one is to know the students of U-Dictionary for improving students' pronunciation skills, and third is to know the obstacle of students using U-Dictionary for improving students' pronunciation skills. Fourth is significance of the research. First is for teacher. Teachers can use this research for future learning. And then this research can help teachers to develop knowledge and learning pronunciation. And third, teachers can find the apps that useful and effectiveness teaching pronunciation. And then the second one is for students. First, students can pronounce words in English correctly. And the second one, students no longer have difficulty or feel embarrassed to say a word in English. And then third, students can improve their abilities and confidence in communicating with English in the future. And third, school. The school will produce the graduates who are skilled and correct in pronunciation of the word. Next is operational definitions of key terms. First, pronunciation. Pronunciation is the act or manner of pronouncing words, speech pronunciation, a way of saying a word particularly or in a captured or commonly understood way, and a graphical representation of the way a word is pronounced using phonetic symbols. And then, pronunciation is a way of saying or reciting a word correctly in language. When we speak in a language, including English, pronunciation is the most important things to consider. And then the second one is U-Dictionary. U-Dictionary is a dictionary app that provides translations for 39 languages, including English, the headquartered in Hong Kong. And then next is literature review. Pronunciation is related to pronunciation techniques. Pronunciation is a way of reciting or saying words in English or vocabulary. In pronunciation, there are important components to learn and pay attention to. Those important components are, first is stress. Stress in English means emphasis. Stress is a vowel whose pronunciation is emphasized by being spoken or sounded in a high, long, or low tone. And then the second one is intonation. Intonation can be interpreted as tone or tone in music, but in English, intonation can mean the speaker's feeling when speaking the word. And the next is research method and design. This research is conducted using a sequential explanatory design to answer the formulation of the problem. This research aims to find out how students improving their pronunciation skill using U-Dictionary and how students develop in learning pronunciation with or without using U-Dictionary and how the result of improving pronunciation skills using U-Dictionary. The quantitative design is used to test the hypothesis, while the qualitative design is used to expand acquisition of data obtained from the quantitative data. And next is subject of the research. The subject for a quantitative method in this research are the 10th grade students of computer and network engineering located in for LPPM Vocational High School Padalarang with total 34 students. And the subject for a qualitative method in this research is 6 students to top students to middle students and to lower students for 34 students in the same school. The subject of the study was selected on the basis of characteristics. First, do not use English as the main language in school, and then not fluent in English, and the pronunciation of English words is not. Next is instrument of the research. Research instruments used in the study include: first is test. Test divided into two. There are: 1. Oral test, which used to determine students' development in learning and non-quantitative data, and the second one is rubric or assessment, parameters to find out the development of students presented in the following table. The second one is non-test. Non-test is divided into 4 types. First is interview. The interview was conducted to 60 kg 10th grade students to obtain qualitative data, and the second one, observation of 10th grade students of TKG, which amounted to 6 people to obtain qualitative data. And the third is documentation study of 10th grade students of TKG, total 34 people obtained to qualitative data. And the last is provisions of questionnaires to 10th grade students of TKG, which amount to 6 people to obtain qualitative data. Next is research procedure. The research stage follows the research stage of the sequential explanatory design. First is formulating problems. Second one is formulating the foundation of the theories and hypotheses. And third is collect data and analyze quantitative data. And fourth is testing hypothesis. And 5 is collect data and analyze qualitative data. And 6 is analyzing quantitative data and qualitative data. And the last is formulating conclusions and suggestions. And the last is data analysis. The data in the study is processed based on the type of data collected. First is quantitative. Quantitative data in the form of test result to measure the effectiveness of teaching speaking skills through pronunciation practice with dictionary processed with inferential statistics using SPSS. And the second one is qualitative data in the form of observations and interviews to answer the application process and obstacle faced by students and carried out systematically through category elaboration and data synthesis. So, that's all the presentation about the research proposal entitled Improving Pronunciation Skill by Using U-Dictionary for Vocational High School Students. And then, I would like to say sorry for all of the mistakes I have made during the presentation process. So, that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.